I would like to share a life lesson that I have learned from a child. Allow me to share this anecdote of mine. I hope my story touches your heart as well. After graduation, I was fortunate to be employed at the Department of Health National Center for Mental Health. Part of the orientation is to visit the different pantry in each pavilion within the hospital. So I did visit my very first. I was with a colleague when I visited Pavilion 12. It is where we take care of young boys to teenagers from ages 8 to 18. As I went inside where the patients are, I became anxious and my heartbeats increased tremendously. Having my first encounter with a real patient gave me a lot of discomfort. The fact that I did not know what to expect from these patients scared me more than anything else. Thoughts about what they can possibly do to me while I'm inside the premises were racing inside my head. All this time, I was pretending to be tough, and so it made me watchful and fearful for what is to happen next. Walking closely behind my colleague was the plan I had in mind, as the patients are freely running around. With heightened senses, I was expecting the worst scenario. Then suddenly, someone got hold of my left hand and I froze on the spot. He was a young boy. I did not know what to do, whether to pull my hand back or just wait and see what will happen next. And guess what he did? Nagmano siya sa akin and he smiled and happily walked away. That very minute, my heart shattered into pieces. That simple gesture was a humbling experience that I will never forget. What he did to me was more than a wake-up call. The message I got from that moment was this: it's the Lord's way of saying, like you, he too needs respect and understanding. I felt ashamed for what I was thinking about them. While my mind was so preoccupied with a lot of negative thoughts, here came a boy showing me how I should treat them. The way he treated me, that is with love, respect, and dignity. This usually happens when we judge people based on what we think we know about them and not on how we get to know them. Ever since that encounter, I now see them differently, and when I ask people, what do psychiatric patients need? I get a lot of answers. I, however, want to give my own paradigm shift. I see them as normal people with special needs so that I don't have to see them any different from everyone else. Thank you for listening.